Every year, Mexican drug cartels kill more people, far more people, than Islamic extremists do in America. Now, just before the Thanksgiving holiday, President Trump announced that he plans to designate those cartels as foreign terrorist groups, possibly exposing them to a more aggressive response from the U.S. military. Derek Maltz is former head of DEA's Special Operations Division, and he joins us now. Derek, it's odd to me, as you say, as we know, these guys kill a lot more Americans, a lot more closer to home. They use the same techniques, the Mexicans. They chop the heads off, they douse you in gasoline and set you alight, and yet we have not treated them the same way as the Islamic groups. Why is that?
You know what? Because a lot of people don't understand what's going on. Like during the holiday season now, Mark, 90 people a day are dying from synthetic opioids. 190 a day are dying from drug overdoses. The families are suffering, and the Mexican cartels are operating throughout America. They're not just operating in Mexico, causing death and destruction. They're in our communities. They're destroying families. So people think of terrorists as these people on the other side of the world. They're right here in our backyards, and kids are ordering fentanyl and these Mexican oxy pills that are being made in labs in Mexico and dying instantly. And we have people now in the Beltway that still want to debate, is this the right decision? Thank God the president is standing up for the American people.
Well, that's actually the curious thing, because it's this designation, FTO, foreign terrorist organizations. And in fact, these cartels are in effect domestic terrorist organizations. They operate throughout the United States with impunity. They're not down on the Rio Grande. They penetrated as deep into the United States as they can go.
Mark, I would say they're global terrorists because they're operating in over 50 countries. They're sending poison all around the world. They're destroying citizens, not just in America, but in Canada and all over Europe and all over Australia. And by the way, they're also working closely with cartels in Colombia and Venezuela. Yeah. They also are very aligned with Hezbollah terrorist groups. We had a case in the DEA where we seized, you know, all kinds of cash that was being they were looking to launder money from Panama, from Guatemala, all over the world. But the biggest thing is President AMLO has already waved the white flag. He does not want to deal with these terrorists. The president gave him an opportunity, and he choked. The president of Mexico is weak on terrorism. He's weak on these transnational criminals, and we need to step up. And thank you, President Trump, for looking out for the citizens of America first.
Why is the American left mad about this?
Because the American left is self-serving. They don't understand the magnitude of the problem, and it's not their kids that are dying. All these families that woke up yesterday, they didn't have a nice Thanksgiving like we did, Mark. They had a miserable Thanksgiving because their children are dead from this poison. So it's not just the Mexican violence in Mexico, it's the Mexican destruction in our cities here in America.
Thank you for that, Derek. And you're right, this is long overdue. The designation of a serious terrorist threat on the southern border and deep within America.